Welcome to this in-depth exploration of the fascinating life and enduring legacy of one of literature's greatest minds, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Born on May 22, 1859, in Edinburgh, Scotland, Arthur Ignatius Conan Doyle grew up in a world filled with creativity, struggle, and storytelling. His father, Charles Doyle, was an artist and chronic alcoholic, while his mother, Mary Doyle, was a well-read woman who ignited in young Arthur a deep love for books, especially adventure tales. It was she who planted the early seeds of imagination in him, seeds that would one day blossom into the world's most iconic detective. Sherlock Holmes. Doyle began his education at Jesuit schools, where discipline was strict and religion played a central role. But even in this rigid environment, Arthur's gift for storytelling was evident. He later attended the University of Edinburgh Medical School, where, as a young student, he encountered a professor named Dr. Joseph Bell, a man of extraordinary deductive reasoning and keen observation. Bell would later serve as the direct inspiration for the character of Sherlock Holmes. While studying medicine, Conan Doyle also began writing short stories. His first published work, The Mystery of Sasassa Valley, appeared in 1879, but it wasn't until 1887 that Doyle introduced the world to Sherlock Holmes in its study in Scarlet the detective, with his sharp intellect and logical mind, accompanied by the loyal Dr. Watson, quickly captured the imagination of readers everywhere. Despite his growing fame, Conan Doyle initially struggled to embrace Holmes. In fact, he once tried to kill him off in The Final Problem in 1893. Hoping to move on to more serious literary pursuits. But public outcry was so intense that Doyle was eventually compelled to bring Holmes back in The Hound of the Baskervilles and later stories. But Arthur Conan Doyle was far more than just the creator of Sherlock Holmes. He was a doctor, a historian, a political commentator, and even a knight. In 1902, he was knighted by King Edward VII, not for his writing, but for his services in a British field hospital during the Second Boer War, and for his pamphlet The War in South Africa, Its Cause and Conduct, which defended Britain's actions. During the conflict, throughout his life, Doyle explored various genres. He wrote science fiction novels, like The Lost World, featuring the adventurous Professor Challenger. He penned historical novels, plays, poetry, and even tackled spirituality. After the death of his son Kingsley in World War I, Doyle became increasingly involved in spiritualism, the belief that it is possible to communicate with the dead. This interest, although controversial, consumed much of his later years and writings. He traveled widely, giving lectures and defending the belief, despite criticism from both the public and the scientific community. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle passed away on July 7, 1930, at the age of 71. His final words were reportedly spoken to his wife, "You are wonderful." Today, more than a century after his most famous character first appeared, Doyle's influence remains enormous. Sherlock Holmes continues to live on, not just in the pages of books, but in films, television, games, and modern The very term Holmagen has become a part of our language, a testament to Doyle's unmatched impact on detective fiction and popular culture. But beyond Holmes, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle remains a symbol of intellectual curiosity, resilience, and a life lived fully, embracing science, adventure, storytelling, and the mysterious. His legacy reminds us that one man's imagination can indeed change the world, word by word, clue by clue. Thank you for joining us in this journey through the life of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. If you enjoyed this story, consider subscribing for more deep dives into the lives of literary legends.